Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for watching yet another one of our Icon videos. The truck that I am sharing with you today, I'm pretty excited about. I've been looking forward to showing off this one. This is part of what we call our reformer line of customs at Icon. So basically that means you take the traditional Icon ethos of classic transportation design revisited in a modern context. So we infuse modern suspension and conveniences and powertrain and blah, blah, blah with the vintage aesthetic, and then restore the hell out of everything. We do this to a pretty wild variety of vehicles. In this case, what you see here is a 1970 GMC Jimmy. If you follow the brand, you'll notice we did a K5 recently for another client. And we went kind of a different direction with this Jimmy than we did with the K5. This time it was more like technical industrial vintage, versus the last one went decidedly more retro. So let's take it out for a drive and I'll explain everything to you. First off, I was surprised how difficult it is to find a really good body. We struggled to find both the GMC and Chevy versions that weren't just rust buckets. Even out here, there's a lot of issues with the manner in which they were originally constructed that invites all sorts of rust problems. So we started with a really nice truck. It was mostly original paint. We spent some time sketching and rendering to make sure that we were understanding what the client wanted with the truck. And then we went from the approved sketches into CAD modeling. So in the case of some parts, we actually laser scan those, like for example, the shape of the door, to understand the exact mounting planes of the door handles, or I don't know, the stock logos, and then we tweak out from there. And then we build that up in SolidWorks in this case, and CAD model everything, get it ready for the machinist. Again, run it by the client, make sure we're still on track. Then we press go and have everything CNC'd. Unfortunately, we sublet the CNC, but in the near future here, we're looking forward to having that capability in-house. It'd be really hot. Can't wait to get my hands on a nice 5-axis Haas. So anyway, specifically, we redesigned the door handles, the lock knobs, the interior door handles, the interior window regulators, the door panels, the cargo panels, the glove box door, the instrument cluster, the instruments. Then we machined a thingamajigger to unite the Dakota digital climate control interface, as well as to frame out the iPad and make that work a nice design chorus with everything else that we did on the inside. We left the stock grille, we just manipulated the finish, and then we took the original font language and did ICO in that font. We also did the side badges and the side marker light guards. I think that's pretty much it for the big CAD stuff. Oh yeah, also the inside armrests. So mechanically, this truck is just tons of fun. We are running a 6.2 General Motors LS3. It's putting down about probably 330, 340 horse in its configuration as we have it. And then we're sending the power from there through the 3/4 ton General Motors 4L80 transmission, which in turn sends power to our beloved Atlas 2 twin stick shift on the fly part-time 4-wheel drive transfer case. For axles on this truck, we again worked with our friends at Dynatrack, and we outfit this truck with Dana 60s all the way around. That has 4-wheel disc brakes on the outer ends, and those are standard late model GM truck calipers with Stop Tech rotors. For brake assist, we are running the Willwood Hydro Boost master cylinder that you may have noticed we've been running on many projects these days. For the suspension, we stayed with the stock architecture and left it leaf spring. To do the engineering required to take this through to our beloved coilover suspension is just such a huge undertaking, and we just didn't have that room in the budget. That being said, we worked with our buddies over at World Famous. They've done billions of these and really have dialed in the suspension, so it's nice and compliant and has a good stance. We're running 35-inch BF Goodrich all-terrain tires on Hutchinson beadlock wheels. The wiring system is entirely in-house scratch built by Icon, taking advantage of high-quality components from a lot of military suppliers. Like we use Bussmann for the fuse panels. Those are super cool. And then Packard for, and then triple seal connectors, waterproof everything, hand soldered and crimped, cross-link wire, really good quality stuff. We're running in-dash heat vent and AC system. The AC vents are anodized aluminum extrusions, and the AC unit itself comes from our buddies at Vintage Air. Specifically, it is the Gen 4, which is really my favorite unit. When you have room for it, it rocks. Really good output. Cooling system, custom radiator by Griffin. OEM dual General Motors electric fans. And what else do we have here? I did it custom column, retro style to look like the original one. Then the Icon steering wheel with the spun pewter horn button in the middle. Seats, we're running the same seats that we run in the Icon FJ and BR, except this time we upholstered them in American bison hide, which is something we've been known to do on occasion. Good friend of mine, the founder of a cool brand called Parabellum Collection. They make cool bags and really kick-ass belts, and they've got access to this wonderful hide. Super thick, super durable, manly and buff, and something different. Center console is the Tuffy center console. This is the big boy, the wider version, that has the sub compartment for audio. In the case of this truck, when it came down to the audio system, we're running Focal audio speakers and bass with JL audio amplifiers. And then we're running the Moscone interface, which is really nice. That allows us to go digital out from the iPad, digital in, digital through the amps, full digital, no degradation by going digital to analog. So basically from the center console, you control all your system levels, your fader and presets, what have you, and then you interact directly with your iPad for your iTunes catalog or Pandora or wherever you're sourcing your stuff from. The other cool thing about that iPad is you've got your voice to text, you've got your app management, you can be a dick and check your emails while on the freeway, and of course Google Maps makes everything a breeze. Way better than all the modern OEM interfaces. I just think they suck, but that's just my opinion. The gauges are super cool. We worked with a new company we've done a couple projects with to do those. Very stock looking, but then when we machined that panel, we decidedly went for more of a kind of industrial aircraft inspired theme. So you have the CNC bezels, CNC main body, laser cut inserts, which are powder coated, the Icon volcanic black. It just creates a little bit more texture. For the knobs, for wiper and headlight, we took inspiration from the original plastic knobs, but then redesigned them, machined in aluminum to interface with modern, more versatile, more reliable switches. You'll notice the door panels as well as the cargo panels integrate the laser cut stainless steel inserts that we like to use on our BR program, and then we laser cut aluminum, which we powder coated in the matching volcanic black as the trim bezels. Inside of the doors, quarter panels, transmission tunnel floors, and firewall are copious amounts of Dynamat insulation. Carpet in the truck is the German Hargarten square weave, which I'm a big fan of. We have aircraft sourced LED lighting throughout the interior for interior lights. We designed a new roll cage for it. And we also outfit the truck with both the bikini top and the full hard top. Decided to take it out today and shoot it for you with the bikini top so I can show off the interior details better. And then here's some B-roll of the hard top. So there you have it. That's pretty much it. Really appreciate you taking the time to get to know this project. We really appreciate that. Any questions, please reach out to us. Our website is icon4x4.com. Our phone number is 818-280-3333. Follow us on Instagram at icon4x4, Twitter, Icon Customs, and at Facebook, Icon, or on my personal page, Jonathan Ward, where most of the action is. Thanks again.